it's been 2 weeks since we have our baby girl, and I thought that it's time to do another vlog and at the same time talk about changes that we had in the past 2 weeks. Share some thoughts, share our routines, because a lot have changed. A lot of things became easier, but there is also other challenges that we're facing now that are different from 2 weeks ago. And just in general, it feels so weird because this 2 weeks feels like it flew by as 1 second, but on the other hand, it feels so far away, that time when I was pregnant. And if you think about it, 2 weeks ago, our daughter wasn't here, and we were home, just two of us by ourselves. We could sleep, we could do whatever we wanted. However, I don't even remember how was it being pregnant. It's such a weird feeling. But yeah, I thought about starting this vlog at midnight like I did the previous one, but right now is 11 p.m. because when midnight comes, it's gonna be hectic. It's gonna be her time to feed. I'm gonna have to breastfeed her, and then I'm gonna need to pump my nighttime pump. I changed a lot of stuff with my pumping routine as well. I'm only doing it 3 to 4 times a day, and most of the time it's every 8 hours during the day. I don't do it at night, like at 4 a.m. I just sleep through, and then I do it the first thing in the morning. I just breastfeed her through the night when she wakes up. Excuse me. I'm almost extremely tired because we went out today. We went to Boston to see some trees bloom. Like, we thought it was going to be magnolias, even though it's a little too late for that, but we ended up looking at the cherry trees and apple trees blooming, which was beautiful. But it's been a long day. So it's been a very long day, but we have to stick to the schedule because I noticed that if we have our last night feed at midnight, she can easily sleep until 4:30 a.m. Sometimes a little earlier than 4, sometimes around 4:30 she wakes up, or I need to wake her up to feed her, and then we can happily sleep until around 7ish, 7:30, sometimes even 8. So the past week hasn't been that bad. We were able to get some sleep, and I only had to wake up once or maybe twice during the night, which is completely different from what it used to be before, when I would basically stay up all night since I didn't want to go to bed and wake up 40 minutes later and be all startled and not being able to sleep. So yeah, it's getting a little easier, and we're trying to find a routine. I'm just waiting until it's going to be a little closer to midnight before I wake her up, change her diaper, feed her, hand her away to my husband to rock her to sleep, pump, and then we're just gonna go to bed. I'm loving every second of being a mom and being with her, but it's definitely has been pretty challenging and hard. Not like hard, but it's very different from how our life used to look like before. We have a 2-week doctor's appointment with our pediatrician for our daughter, and we're getting ready to go. Have another 40 minutes to get ready, so we're eating factory meals recently because we don't have time to cook. I'm preparing 3 bottles with my breast milk to take with us to the city so I can feed her on the go instead of breastfeeding, and make myself look presentable, because every time I go out, apparently I'm getting comments about the way I look. clinic, waiting for a doctor to come in. Started to get a struggle because she starts to be a little more fussy the longer we wait. I feel like she's gonna scream when the doctor comes in. I fed her, I burped her, but her temper is getting very thin. This is something. It's like torture. When they start crying, you can't do anything. So hard. Babies are so hard. We came to the mall because we have a person that cleans our house and she's not done yet. And we also need to buy some Primark onesies because the ones with the buttons that I was very skeptical about when I was talking about the baby clothes. But because our baby is so big, she's growing out of those really fast and those are getting small. But those are actually really nice. I like the buttons. It's the easiest thing in the world to check the diaper if it needs to be changed, to change the diaper in those onesies. And also those are very thick and like that cotton is very soft. So it's really nice for like colder evenings and nights for her to sleep in. So yeah, we need to get more and we need a bigger size. So that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna wait until Celia is done cleaning our house. It's 6 o'clock right now. I look a little rough. It's because we just had a little nap. All of us, we came from the mall and literally went straight to bed because we were exhausted. And now I just had a little cleaning and taking care of my vagina session because it's not fully healed, but it's way better. All of the supplies that I'm using are very helpful. I don't need to do a lot like I did the first week, but it's getting way better. And my tear is healing, but it's getting a little itchy, so I have to like put cream, a lot of cream, hydrocortisone on it, but it's healing nicely. My husband just ate and he went to the gym and then he's gonna see some friends and I'm staying home with the baby. My goal for now is to eat. I just had a quick 15-minute pumping session, the second one out of 3 that I'm having today. And I have a bag of milk from each breast, which is great. I'll be able to freeze enough by the time I stop breastfeeding for her to have enough supply. I already have like a full drawer in the freezer. And she is still napping. So I'm just gonna warm up the food and eat really quick if I can before she wakes up, because then it's a random game if I'll be able to do it and when. Also at the mall, we went to Primark and I got a couple of things for her. And one thing for me, I got this gigantic bottle for water because we are basically living on the 2nd floor. And I noticed that I have to go and get water very often since I'm breastfeeding. And I feel like having this huge thing is gonna help. I'm just gonna always have a water near me. And then I have little cotton onesies, 7 pieces. I already started taking 3 to 6 months because she is almost 11 pounds. And that means that she is overgrowing the 0 to 3 size pretty fast. She's not 3 to 6 yet, but she's gonna be there soon, so it's better to have those on hands. And then I bought these pajamas, 2 sets of these. I showed those in my baby clothes video and I was very skeptical, but honestly these ones $13 for 3, and this cotton is really nice. It's very thick and very warm, so in like colder nights I don't have to worry if she's cold or not, because these are really good quality. And honestly very convenient to check for diapers because they have enough buttons on the bottom and you don't have to unzip them all the way up. Like, I find it way more convenient than zippers, surprisingly. But yeah, I'm gonna fix my hair and eat really quick. another postpartum update. My belly is almost gone. It's still there, but I can like control it more and it's not as visible. However, I still have like 20 more pounds that I need to lose. That was my pre-pregnancy weight. But yeah, we're gonna get on it at some point. My concern is that when you're breastfeeding, you can't really cut down on your calories, or like you can't go all in on losing weight because you can actually interfere with your milk supply. And I wouldn't want to do it because that would mean that I might have to breastfeed her a little longer, or I might not have enough of frozen milk for her when I go back to work and decide to stop the breastfeeding. So I'm being pretty careful. I'm trying not to undereat, but also not overeat. Yeah, it's been a little tough recently to figure out the amounts. I'm just gonna eat now another Factor meals. Maybe I'll do it with Factor. It will work for me a little better. And then we'll see what the evening brings us, because I'm not the boss anymore. I don't decide what I do. I also have 5 bags of milk that I need to sign and freeze, and I don't have enough space in my freezer anymore. The whole box is full, so I need to figure out space downstairs in the basement where I'm gonna keep it. Pretty grateful that my body is able to produce almost always. It's like a bag from one breast and a bag from another, so it's like 6 ounces each, considering that I don't pump every session. So like she's being fed every 2 to 3 hours, sometimes more often when she goes into cluster feeding mode. But recently, for the past couple days, I started pumping, instead of every session emptying my breast, I started pumping every 8 hours roughly, and that's how much actually ends up being stored in each of my boob as extra, because I always feed her first before I pump, and I always have like a bottle of milk in the fridge for her just in case if she doesn't eat that well and I have to feed her on top of the breastfeeding. But yeah, it's definitely been a journey. And today in the pediatrician office, like she was like, yeah, it's really hard, and like everyone is being really supportive about me breastfeeding or not breastfeeding. Like everyone is in the medical field, they are non-judgmental, at least are like more non-judgmental and very open to help with, regardless what are you deciding to do, are you gonna breastfeed or not. Like all the lactation consultants that I saw while we were in the hospital, everyone has been very nice so far and not pushy at all unless you ask for their advice. But yeah, I'm grateful that I'm able to freeze 3 to 5 bags every day at the moment, and hope it's gonna stay that way until I'm ready to stop. And this is a pretty nice schedule, and being able to be away from the pump for 8 hours for the day is pretty nice. I'm just gonna write down the dates, freeze these bags, and then eat, and then I'll talk to you later. The baby is still napping. That means I have some more time. Another thing that I want to share is that I'm finally done with my bachelor degree in nursing. I officially submitted my last homework a couple days ago, and the grades are about to be posted, and I'm done. I'm gonna get my diploma in the mail. Unfortunately, I'm not going to the commencement ceremony for graduation because she's too little, and the school that I went to is about 3-hour drive from here. So I did not register for the commencement because I knew that it was going to be a struggle to go with a newborn to do that. And even though my husband was like, no, we can do it, we can drive and do things, I was like, no, it's too late, I haven't registered, and it's just it's too much. It's my 3rd diploma here in the US, and I haven't had an official graduation yet. So hopefully when I go for my doctorate, I'll finally get the gown and the hat and have a proper graduation commencement ceremony, because it's getting a little ridiculous. changed the diaper, and now we're feeding. That's my life now, and I love it. For now. It's wonderful outside, and I'm thinking if I should go for a walk with her, but I don't know yet. Haven't decided yet. I might. I really might. But then on the other hand, for some reason I don't really feel that comfortable to do it on my own, alone without my husband, so maybe I won't. And I just heard she like had a gigantic poop that I'll have to clean when she's done eating. So that's exciting. We're still trying to figure out which ones of these gadgets she's gonna like. Trying everything we have. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's 8 o'clock. It's getting a little darker. She's asleep. Our cat, Snowball, is joining me on this journey. And I honestly want to do some stuff on my computer. Like edit the videos, make a content plan, like do something like that. I think I'll be able to do that. I also don't like the quality of the video on my camera right now. I need to use the light. But the fact that she's asleep makes me happy, because yesterday we had a hell of a day, and I noticed that if the baby stays up for over an hour or even like half an hour, then she gets into that restless state when she can't fall asleep when she's tired, but she wants to sleep, but she can't fall asleep no matter what we do. Even feeding doesn't work. Sometimes even the breastfeeding becomes a nightmare because she's so agitated. She's trying to eat and sleep at the same time and poop at the same time, and she gets very upset with everything. She starts choking on the milk, and just breastfeeding is like another journey. I need to talk about that in a separate video. But yeah, that, like, yesterday was a nightmare. She would be crying, I would be crying, my husband would be trying to help both of us, because my hormones are still not the same, and it's just like I'm really sensitive to some things, and it's like I see her crying and I can't help her even though I really want to, and it makes me frustrated, which makes me cry even though I don't want to cry, and there's two of us. So today I'm trying to keep her rested as much as I can, and it honestly kind of like makes the day go by easy. So hopefully I'll be able to feed her before the midnight like I did yesterday, and put her to sleep. But just the fact that she can actually sleep almost through the night makes me very happy. And I was talking to pediatrician today, asking if I actually have to wake her up, since she can sleep for a while, up to like 5 hours almost. But then I'm like, I'm not pushing it. So when it hits like 4.5, I'm trying to wake her up, even though I see that she could technically sleep way more, and which would have given me a better rest at night. And she said that we're gonna see our next appointment. If she's consistently gaining weight, we can talk about longer sleeping windows at night. I'm not talking about the day, but at night, I feel like it might really help me to rest, my husband, and just in general, make our day way better and give me more energy to spend with her throughout the day. I really don't love the quality. I really don't like it. So let me change something. This is the only thing that seems to help so far. We've been crying and crying and crying for half an hour. My cat is shook. But yeah, whatever works, I'm gonna use it. I think she's a little gassy, or just in general uncomfortable. She's having some hiccups. In the past hour, it's been just rocking the baby. I do enjoy this type of things a lot, but sometimes I really want to call my husband, especially when I need to go to the bathroom or go and get a cup of water or do something that I really need to do, and I can't because I don't want to leave her crying here. As I'm editing this video right now, I've noticed that I didn't finish that vlog, as I guess many more videos that I'm gonna be filming right now, because I was just too preoccupied with the baby and she was crying. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. Now when I'm editing it, the baby is almost 2 months old, so it got easier. Now I actually have time to do things that I want to do. Not all of them, but at least sometimes during her naps I can do that. So I'll be putting out a lot more videos, so thank you so much for watching this one, and if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, because it's gonna support me and help my channel to grow so much. So if you could do just this one simple thing, I'll be forever grateful to you. And obviously, if you like the content like that, if you like my videos and you'd like to watch my motherhood journey, please subscribe to this channel, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.